Daisha D.
And I'm Jay Stan.
And we are In Retrospect Podcast, where we look beyond the surface to find understanding.
Bring you laughs, knowledge, and culture.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the combo. So today, our special guest is Darius D-Werd Smith. He's from Cleveland, Ohio. He is 1/3 of Loyalty Over Everything. He is going to give his perspective on today's conversation around cancel culture. I felt like he could add a lot to this topic because as an artist, you have a lot of eyes on you, right? And you say one wrong thing and they're like, all right, we're done. We're done with his music, his merch, everything. So let's get into it. Is cancel culture a problem?
I do. It can be. I would say depending on the artist. I mean, I think that being in the public eye, you do have to understand that you do have a lot of people who actually look up to you, follow you. And so with that being said, with great power comes great responsibility, quote unquote, right? Let me grab that quote. And I think that's true a lot because the younger generation looks up to what tone you set, what things you do to follow after. And they model you because they feel like, hey, I'm looking at TV, I see the cars, I see the girls, I see the money, I want to be like that. But then you got guys talking about, well, I did, I'm shooting to get it, I'm robbing to get it, right? So you got to watch what you put out there as well. It's a two-sided coin to me. How about y'all? What y'all think?
I see, I understand what you're saying because you have a lot of eyes on you. You're going to influence people, especially younger ones.
Definitely.
On the flip side of that,
Come on.
I don't feel like it is a celebrity's job to raise your child.
Fact.
If you don't want, I understand in a perfect world, you'd be able to monitor every single thing that your child consumes. I know that is not possible. Right. However, you do have some kind of, you can monitor some things, at least when they're in your household, I feel like. And even if they are exposed to certain lifestyles or things that you may not agree with, I feel like you as a parent, that's your responsibility to have conversations like, this is reality, this is fantasy.
I agree with you.
Oh, sorry.
Parents should totally be fully responsible for raising their kids. No question. I don't think an artist should be responsible for that. But I do say that also put some good into this community as well. So yeah, you may promote and your music may be centered around this, but also give the other side too. Everything's not the negative. So give us some of your positive side insight too, as far as the artist, right? Not just all the negative side of everything, to me.
Yeah, I agree too. But with cancel culture, I mean, I don't really fully understand it, me personally. Because it just used to be like, well, if you don't agree with it, don't watch it, don't listen to it. Just listen to or watch the things you like. It's just crazy to think that, this is your role model. It's because at the end of the day, you don't really truly know these people.
So do they have a coach? Do they have a teacher? Mentors who are in the community? Because like Justin said, you don't know these rappers. You don't know these actors or any of these people. So I'll trust their coach over Lil Yachty.
All right, no, definitely. No question. I'll say, all right. The biggest thing that I want to put out as well is how do I say that? Well, I don't have to filter it, but I still want to say it in a certain way. We don't have a lot of role models. We don't have a lot of positive role models, and unfortunately, we look up to basketball players, football players, right? Sports players, musicians, we look up to that because, again, we come from a lot of single parent households. We come from a lot of broken households in general. So the natural thing that we look up to as that gives us hope is sports, entertainment, as far as, musicians, things of that nature. And unfortunately, that's a heavy influence on our youth because, think about it. Like you said, mom's working 2 jobs to she's not really spending time with the kids. So it's like, I want to be like this. I want to get that car. I want to have the rims. I want, you know, like, again, and same with basketball players. Even they have to watch how they, you know, do certain things.
Yeah, but I think it's all about visibility as well. I think growing up, you tend to think that the only way to, as a Black person, a Black male specifically, the only way to success is to be an athlete or a musician. And I don't know any other options other than a hustler.
Right.
That's a nice way of putting it, a hustler. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't really, and then if it is something that's more school driven, it's like be a lawyer, be a doctor. They don't talk to you about going into the mental health profession. They don't talk to you really about being an engineer. They may throw things at you, but it's typically things that you may not even be interested in. So I feel like we don't have enough. It's getting better, but growing up, we didn't have a lot of different options of ways to be successful outside of the glitz and glamour, to me.
Great point. Nah, I understand that. Yeah, we need to. I mean, unfortunately, it becomes a gap. Okay, I'm not giving my age away yet. I'm not going to say it, but when I was growing up, I had older guys in front of me who would, you know, if I'm doing the wrong thing, that hey, you need to straighten up.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's a gap. It's a generational gap where we're not doing that to the younger generation anymore. I can give certain things to help. Like I'm about balance for me, right? I'm about balance. I will talk about the negatives that I may have went through, but I'm going to also talk about the positives, and I want to be able to feed the foundation as well as not just feed them the negativity, feed them and influence them just that way. Give them positive too.
I wanted to go back to something you said as far as like your music. So you said that you try to have balance between expressing what you experience, which may not have been that great, and then having things a little more positive.
Definitely.
I think that's the same for artists in general, whether that's music, authors, comedians, whoever. So have you guys disagreed with anyone who has been recently canceled? So Dave Chappelle, Bill Cosby, Tory Lanez, Baby.
Yes. I got time today. I definitely do.
Why you look like that?
No question.
Dave Chappelle represents every comedian that used to. Come on now, let's be real. All the comedians from the what is it, early 2000s and back? Man, please. Ain't no way. They couldn't have canceled everybody. There's no way they could have canceled everybody.
And he's Dave
Chappelle thing. He just stayed in his opinion. At the end of the day, it's like if you don't like it, don't watch it. That's my whole thing with a lot of this stuff.
I agree. No, that's a very valid point. I mean, don't like it, don't watch it. Don't like it, don't listen to it. I mean, I get it. It's the same. I agree with that statement. I mean, but Dave Chappelle, like, comedians are like, they're comedians, like you said. I mean, they're up there trying to make us laugh through,
dark humor.
Like, hey, I'm fat as hell, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. We get it. Like, they make fun of themselves. Their job is to just grab what's reality, what's actually going to talk directly to you and make a joke about it, make you laugh. Just have you enjoy life for that moment. Have you smiling and enjoying life about that moment. So I don't get too particular for real about comedians. Like, nah.
No, I think, yes, I do understand that comedians are here to make us laugh and kind of forget about our worries.
Yep.
However,
No.
I do think, hold up. I do think that when you know better, you do better. And yes, there are certain people like Bernie Mac, his Kings of Comedy said, I'm just saying, it's hilarious, but it would not age well. He could not go up on stage and say what he said back then today, because he would be canceled.
If Bernie was alive, God rest his soul, he would get right on that stage and do the same set.
But the thing is,
years ago.
But hold on. But the thing is like, even though it was funny back then, it's like I said, when you know better, you do better. And certain things could be harmful to a certain group of people. To me, if you make light of certain things. So like with Dave Chappelle specifically, I don't remember which, it was one of his more recent ones. It wasn't the last one, but he made jokes about sexual assault. Now, for me, I could take jokes about your weight. I could take jokes about just about anything.
Yeah.
That's a bit too much, in my opinion. So things like that, I feel like, okay, let's not even touch that. Because I feel like that's a trauma that people experience, and how could you make it funny, to be honest? But that, I mean, hey, that's just me. As far as like the Tory Lanez and the baby, Tory Lanez, I don't know what happened with that situation.
I want to talk about
it. I didn't listen to him to begin with, so hey.
Before we get in there, I just want to say one more name.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we talk about Tory. I understand everybody don't like Lil Boosie. It's okay. That's fine. You know, Lil Boosie just be talking. You know,
he's hilarious.
Okay, look, you look extremely aggravated, Daisha, and I understand, but you can't cancel him.
Nah.
Because at the end of the day, there's people that like his music, indifferent or in between.
Boosie?
Yes, Lil Boosie.
Should rename himself Boosie Dumbass. He is so problematic. He says things that just make zero sense. It's not based in fact, it's based in opinion. And I don't like him, nor do I like his music. And he sucks as a performer. Side note, listen. Side note, I saw Lil Boosie at the Stone Soul Picnic in Charleston, which I don't even know if that still happens. This man got on stage and said it, and he just lets you sing the song. Sir, if I wanted to sing the song, I would do that in my car. Why am I paying a ticket to see you? Anyway, I don't like him. Clearly, I don't like him at all. I don't mind him being canceled.
A lot of people let the crowd sing. I'm just jumping in. A lot of people let the crowd sing.
And say 2 words for the entirety of your set. If you beat, I'm like, sir, it's not our song.
What's one of his popular songs? Like Wipe Me Down or something to that magnitude.
Yeah.
Set it off, all that. Everybody know the words.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, it's certain songs that rappers, they'll say 2 words and point that thing right out to the crowd and let them go at it.
And Darius, since you were here, could you explain to Daisha why an entertainer or a performer does that? Could you explain that to Daisha?
Crowd control.
Very perturbed by that.
It's crowd control. That's how. So as a fan, so my job is to pull you into and make you feel a part of this show as much as I can. So if you're literally rapping the words for me, right? That's you. That's just called crowd control. I'm pretty sure you've been to a concert where whatever fan you have, you're just locked into everything that's going on. That's what it's about. That's it. In short terms, I know you don't like.
Hold on, pause. Why shouldn't Lil Boosie be canceled? Please enlighten me. Because I would love to know.
Okay. Well, just like you said earlier, to be honest.
State his opinion. That's what you said. Right? You said it's a dumb fact. You said he was stating his opinion.
Freedom of speech, right?
That's what you said, Daisha.
That's what he was stating his opinion. No. You can state your opinion, but like I said about the Dave Chappelle thing, when it becomes harmful to a group of people, that's when I personally have a problem. Lil Boosie has gone on air and on paper stating that he had his child molested. Why is that okay? I mean, I'm just saying, and if you don't know what I'm referring to, Justin, I almost said ordered. He hired an escort to do some things to his 12-year-old.
A lot of artists, this is entertainment. A lot of artists look at this as like wrestling. It's just really entertainment. Like, I'm talking about those type of certain things they do for entertainment, certain things they do to get you to talk about them, certain things they do once you're talking about them, you're checking out their page, you're pulling on their page, you're pressing it. They want you to pull into them. So sometimes they lay little traps and you wake up in the morning and you're like, what's going on? What? Hold on, let me see. That's the whole point. They want to pull you in however they can to get you to just sign up for whatever they're letting out. So A lot of people, Soulja Boy, he uses it for entertainment. Like I'm just very real.
Well, I mean, but yeah, Soulja Boy is just a clown, though.
Making he may do all some crazy stuff, and then you're checking his page. Oh, what he about to say? What he say next? And then next thing you know, he drop a song. Now everybody want to hear what's going on the song. Is he talking about the crazy stuff he was putting out? Like, it's just all marketing.
Yeah, she made it clap.
Soulja Boy isn't as problematic to me though as Boosie is. Boosie is just, he just irritates me.
You don't like him?
I don't like him. I don't like his character. Like I said, he did the thing with his son, and then he's constantly on Lil Nas's. Yeah, he's always having something to say about him. I just,
you know what his theory. You know what his theory was about the Lil Nas X situation as well?
What's his theory?
His theory was like in about 10, 15 years, Lil Nas X gonna come out with a whole family and kids.
Okay.
See? But look, I think what he's saying is, like, at the end of the day, watch this. Remember when Nicki Minaj came out? She was she loved girls. She loved girls. She loved girls.
I didn't know that.
It's all the ploy. Let me pull those fans in too. It's just all entertainment. I'm gonna play off that. Do you really think, girl?
I mean, so what would be so have y'all canceled the baby? Since we're talking about crowd control and emceeing, was he trying to pull people in when he said what he said?
What'd he say?
He said something about he was basically trying to say that gay people and HIV and all of that nonsense.
I mean, this is my thing too when it comes to the cancel culture, and when especially referring to music and artists. It's just like one of those things. It's like the artist creates art, and if you like the song, you're gonna like the song, right? And then unfortunately, sometimes you gotta separate what the artist is doing from their music. If you really like their music, then you like their music. At the same time, you may not agree with what they're doing, but you like their music. Now I know, I understand that might be a hard concept for people to wrap their minds around, because just like one thing is like, well, I'm not gonna support this person because I don't agree with what they're doing. Okay, you don't agree with what they're doing, but you listening to their music. Because there's a lot of people like, you can take the name off a song and you can listen like, yo, I'm vibing to this, I'm vibing to this. Meanwhile, this person that you listening to that committed all types of crimes. You sit here like, yo, I don't agree with none of these crimes, but this song hard.
So let me ask you, Deja, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do that.
Watch the, I like, it looked like we need another female in here. We boys and girls. I see what we do. What, can you name me some of your favorite artists? Musicians? Want to say it?
Yeah, so
rap and R&B.
Rap and R&B. So, because it's easier for R&B. So R&B wise, Beyonce is my favorite artist, period.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I like Ari Lennox. I like her. I like Luke James. Who else? I'm trying to look at my thing. Daniel Caesar. He's okay. Yeah. I mean, Jill Scott is another person I really like. Solange, Summer Walker. That's basically my R&B taste. Yeah.
See? Toxic, right?
Right. But Beyonce is my favorite artist, period. I've seen her twice in concert. Rap-wise,
amazing.
Who is somebody you can tolerate? Let's go. Let's start with that.
I mean, I like rap, but overall, the rappers I listen to the most would be Jay-Z. I listen to a lot of Jay-Z. I listen to a lot of Kendrick Lamar, a lot of Drake. I listen to J. Cole. Big Sean here and there, Chance the Rapper here and there. And then ratchet wise, Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, Mulatto. But that's like workout music for me. As far as like what I listen to daily is R&B, every day, all day. So, yeah.
So with the ratchet stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Cardi B.
Yeah.
Mulatto hard though. I like Mulatto. I like Mulatto.
Cardi B used to drug men.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them.
But you know, the thing is this, this is the thing.
Okay.
I feel like it wouldn't be hard for me to let go of a Cardi B. It wouldn't be hard for me to let go of Meg Thee Stallion, Mulatto, any of them. It would only be hard for me to let go of Beyonce because I'm a true fan of hers.
Okay.
And I think that sometimes people pick and choose who they can let go of based on the level of fan they are and what the infraction was. Let's call it that. So like, if you had a rapper that you just loved and you connected with, and then they turned out to be racist, that might be easier for you to be like, I'm good on him. But if he disrespects the LGBTQ community because you're not a part of it, you might say, sorry.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy though?
Yeah.
Everybody loved Gucci Mane or loved Gucci Mane, some song or another, right? But a lot of people don't realize Gucci Mane went to jail because he pushed a woman out of a moving car. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's like you be in there saying it word for word. Granted, that was the past, but it occurred at some point or another. You know, he's doing better now, of course. You know, family man, everything like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, the whole cancel culture is like you trying to cancel somebody out before they can do better. It's like you trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You done. I don't want to see you no more. I don't want to, you know, give my monies towards anything you doing. I'm not trying to support you. You done.
Is a human allowed to make a mistake as well? Especially with
No, I was going to answer. He was going.
especially speaking like entertainment wise, whatever, however you want to place that, football, whatever, because they have a microscope on them at all times.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I think that's why I don't necessarily agree with cancel culture completely, because I do think that people need grace to grow. No one's perfect. One of the things, like one of the cancelings that happened that I didn't agree with was Kevin Hart, even though he wasn't really canceled. This man makes 3 movies a year. Yeah. But when he was supposed to host the Oscars, I think.
And
they pulled out his old tweets and they're like, oh, you're homophobic and you want to apologize and blah, blah, blah. Now, granted, the jokes that he had, they weren't tasteful. They didn't age well. And I get that. But at the same time, I feel like he has grown since then and realized like that's inappropriate and that's not who I am. So like that, I completely disagree with.
Right.
Now, someone like an R. Kelly, yeah, he can burn. Like, no, I'm good on that. I can't listen to him without hearing the stories of the victims. I can't do it. Question
for both of y'all, since you brought that name up. I mean, we talking. Hey, who honest, minus just said like what he did and all that, who can beat him in the verses?
R. Kelly?
Yeah.
That's hard because he does R&B. As far as like the amount of hits,
yeah.
Nobody really can go with him hit for hit, to be completely honest. Not too many people, I would say. There are people out there, but the issue with that is this as well. Just knowing the context behind some of the songs may really turn people off. But, you know, what's crazy is when we talk about this cancel culture and how you said R. Kelly, what's wild is till this day, people still play R. Kelly at their weddings, whatever functions they have. And even artists to this day, they still sampling or have him down as a writer. Drake just had him down as a writer on one of his songs off Certified Lover Boy.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, I can't personally listen to him. I can't do it.
Okay.
I understand.
Okay.
Now, you said Drake?
Drake or Kanye in a verses. I'm kind of throwing some stuff out there too. I know y'all got y'all stuff, but I'm gonna.
Oh no, you're fine.
Both of y'all. This for both of y'all.
Including features.
Huh? His body of work.
I feel like Drake would win, to be honest. Just hit wise, he would win.
Okay.
Lyrically, I think Kanye is better, but hit wise, I think Drake would win.
Okay.
I like old Kanye.
I love it.
Old Kanye, man. He was.
I don't know what he got going on now.
He got a lot of. I mean, he got some songs on there, but that old Kanye, he had like albums. He like bodies of work, like a bunch of. Don't get me wrong, Drake has that too. Don't get me wrong with that, but Kanye had a lot of albums that like a lot of people don't realize it.
But he's another person that people have canceled as well.
Huh?
he's another person that people have canceled as well, like personally, because they're just
but they were canceling him when he was making the whole transition into the whole Yeezys and all these shoes. Like he went broke out for one little stint of everything. He was getting canceled around that whole time. People were trying to cancel him when he first got with Kim Kardashian.
Definitely.
That's nothing new.
I'm telling you, he was trying to cancel him for a while. Now he's a billionaire. Now it's all like, just work with him. It'll be okay. Right. He's expressing himself. It's amazing how that money make things change, huh?
Definitely.
Is there any person that hasn't been canceled or brand that hasn't been canceled that you feel like should have been, but they didn't really get that much heat?
I still eat at Papa John's. I don't care. I know Buddy said the N-word, then he stepped down, and then Shaq's company bought it, and they cut them prices. You talking to me now. You cut the price, Papa John me. Let me get that double stuffed crust. All that.
That was how you feel.
I mean, what do you mean? You asked me, so I told you.
I mean, the crazy thing about all of this is, like, at the end of the day, typically, if you're not, like, murdering, raping, like, at the end of the day, if you lay low after you do something, people will just skip over it anyway, man, and it'll just be another day, and the heat get taken off you, man. Go on vacation. If you done something that you're supposed to be canceled for, go on vacation, go enjoy it. You let them miss you for a minute, and then
but with the whole murder thing, like you said though, it's crazy because if somebody either gets killed or they do the killing, all of a sudden their listens, their streams, everything takes off. And it's what?
Why?
I think because sometimes people are curious. I know, especially with like the R. Kelly thing, people were curious to kind of go back and dissect the lyrics, and so they went back and downloaded the music. I think some people just, I don't know, they're curious and they just want to kind of revisit that time. The only person I can think of, I don't know. I think that the Black community tends to be a little too forgiving of certain brands.
Oh, we always heard that.
After they do racist things, like we'll have all this heat for them for a solid week on social media, and then afterwards it kind of dies down. But then we'll keep the heat on our own for certain things that we do, and that's one thing I don't understand.
I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't like it, because even going with what you just said about us keeping the heat on each other, it's the same. I mean, we'll ride from each other. We'll do everything to each other to suppress each other, barely lift each other up. That's a thing that we stay away from. Yet, we want everybody else to give us a certain type of respect. You know what I'm saying? But we don't even give to each other for everybody else to be like, well, everybody else looks at us like, well, why should we give y'all that type of respect when y'all don't even respect each other like that? That's a huge thing that's wrong in our community, for real, to me.
Yeah, I agree. Everybody in our communities, for some strange reason, looking for the next person to slip up or fall. And the first thing that comes out somebody's mouth is, I told you. I told you. Yeah, I told you they was doing that. I told you they was on that stuff. I told you. I could tell. Huh?
It's sad.
How about we try to figure out why and what occurred to get that person to say a point, instead of being like, oh, I told you.
Yep. It's a sad thing. I mean, like you say, that I can get a store on the corner, my own people coming to rob my store, take from me, you know what I'm saying? Just anything to diminish because maybe they don't have it. Jealousy, envy. I just don't get it. Something is programmed in our head to not want to clap, and that's not everybody, but it's a good majority of us not want to clap for the next, not want to help the next, want to keep certain things to away from others because I don't want them to get ahead of me. I fear that, like it's just
and it just goes back. Yeah, like you were saying, it just goes back to everybody's not capable of. Let me word this correctly before some people get offended and hurt. Everybody has things that they're great at.
Yep.
Things that they aren't so great at.
Yep.
And then you have some special people that are just great at dang near everything that they do. And they put their minds to. Now, those people that are great at some things and not everything have a hard time wrapping their minds around being around somebody that can dang near do it all. And they're like, I can do that. No, you can't. You cannot. The sooner you realize that, the better off you will be.
Yep. And it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think that that's why we're so quick to want to cancel people instead of kind of giving them grace?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because people are the first thing they're thinking in their minds, okay, yeah, that person messed up. Yeah, see, everybody see that, right? Yeah, they're not what y'all thought they was. They can't do none of that right. They done messed up. It's my turn.
Yeah.
And you see how it's done.
Like you'll get 1 million shares on that, 1,000 trillion shares on that. People posting it on their page, but when people doing the positive stuff, 2 likes, 1 share, it's weird. It's weird. We have a weird way.
That's exactly what it is. That way. Because people don't want to. This is the thing. People, if somebody is struggling, right, and they're struggling together with somebody else that they think is so-called in the same situation with them. Meanwhile, this person is grinding while they're in a struggle with you, and you just struggling, you just surviving. You ain't grinding on the side, you just surviving. And all of a sudden, this person that was struggling but grinding on the side starts to move in an upward trajectory. All of a sudden, you sitting there like,
wait a minute,
you can't do that.
Yep.
You supposed to be me.
I don't like. Hey, that's the belly scene now, dude, with the banana. I don't like that one bit. I'm gonna drop a dime on him. That's how it
is. I'm telling you, that's exactly what it is.
Well, you may not like this, but I do think that you need to be very careful once you have reached a certain level of success, because there's always going to be somebody who is working very hard behind the scenes. And the minute you slip up, that is their door to get into your position. I'm just saying. And so maybe that is why some people like to highlight, like, look what he's doing, so that they can then go into that spot. Although Wendy Williams didn't do this to herself, she's a prime example. Like, she's had a career built on gossip, basically. And now that she's having some health issues, her show has gotten higher views with Sherry Shepherd than her. I'm not saying that they're going to say, bye, Wendy. Hey, Sherry. I'm not saying that they're going to do that, but situations like that happen. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you slip up.
So what you saying, they going to cancel Wendy?
I'm not saying that at all, but I wouldn't be shocked that they become Wendy and friends. And Sherry is in the purple chair saying, how you doing? I'm just saying, I feel like that's what's going to happen.
On a personal level, for me, I just, I would never, me personally, I would never, if they slipped, I'm not the guy that's just pointing, hey, look, see, they messed up, see this, now you should put me in it. Like, I'm not harboring for my work gonna speak for itself, period, right? I'm not the guy that's pointing the finger and highlighting that to the whoever is the upline, whatever you want to say, to even get me into that position. My work itself is gonna get me there.
So then how do we get to a point where we stop this whole, I don't really feel like canceling actually happens anyway. Let me just say that, because we'll say that for a week on social media. I'm not streaming your music. I'm not buying your clothes or whatever. But then the next week, we got them in our playlist and we shopping in their store. So let's stop. But anyway, how can we move away from the hashtag cancel this person to like bringing them in to teach them? Because it could be a teachable moment.
Like, it's corrupted, and it's sad because it's gotten to the point now where people come up with the scenarios in their head based off of either a picture they saw or a couple of sentences somebody told them. And for it to get better, it's going to take a while. Like, it's just one of those things. It's like a whole mindset thing. Like, a lot of people always say, the time you take in the gossip about, somebody else's situation is the time you could be using to better your situation. And that's what the whole cancel culture, in my opinion, develops. Comes from, because everybody's trying to figure out a way to work an angle so that they can monetize off of somebody's situation to better theirs.
Yeah, social media is it can be an awesomely great thing or an awesomely bad thing. It's a great tool used the right way, and it's a it can be the total opposite. For me, like you said, corruption. Everything is about, well, I gotta get 800 likes. Whatever the case is, like, and a lot of it is distastefully. Like, I'm gonna put up the most distasteful stuff to get the most numbers. You know what I'm saying? It's just to be popular or what.
Whole time you at the crib on a blow-up mattress with some roaches.
Listen, that piece right there that you just said of people trying to choose the most asinine thing to post to get the most attention. When I tell you that irritates my soul, it truly does. I don't know if you've been on I know you're on Clubhouse, but I don't know if you're active on it. But the way that the hallways have been looking this year is crazy. It's crazy. The titles that they come up with, sometimes I have to ask myself, is this to get numbers or they truly think like this? And if they truly think like this, it's scary.
Look, I do have a Clubhouse account. I've all of however many fingers I got on this hand, literally. Like, I'm cool with conversations. I'm cool with hopping into some conversations and having dialogue. As we talking now, that's cool. But like you say, a lot of it turns into, if my numbers got to be the highest. My numbers got to look, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of this just turns into the popularity contest. And for me, like, I've done that. This isn't high school for me anymore. This is real life for me. I'm cool with, controversial topics or whatever you want to say, thought-provoking topics. I'm cool with hopping in and talking about that, but I'm not here to be the coolest cat in the room by having this, that, and the third. I don't care about that. Like, I know who I am, and a lot of that comes from people not knowing who they are to me, and that's my thought on that.
I do have a question for you as an artist,
Yep.
because I'm going to speak into existence that you're going to become even bigger than what you
Definitely.
are. So when that happens, if you say something off the wall on social media and they're like, #cancel D-Word, how are you going to handle that situation?
First off, I would hopefully have a good PR person who doesn't let me get that far. Number one. Number two, things do happen. The way that I think that I would handle that, I mean, kind of like what I said earlier, I would fall back a little bit from social media for a while. Kind of have people kind of forget about whatever happened in that moment. At that time, spend more time with, family and outside stuff at that point, like a little less music. Maybe I'm just in the studio more. Like, I may not have to present that, but I'm just working on music, getting it out, using that negativity and turning it into something positive, which is my music. I always turn negative situations into my writing, into my therapy sessions. Music is my therapy, so I turn it into my therapy session of writing, and then turn it into music. So fall back from social media, not talk as much, not post as much. Maybe I don't want to see things, because that can bother people too.
Yeah, yes.
But some people say, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
That's true too. To some people.
I disagree.
That's true. That's to some people. Because at the end of the day, they feel that attention is attention, and as long as attention is on you, then you're doing your job. Me, I'm not. Me personally, I'm not the guy I'm not gonna do 6ix9ine stuff to get attention. I don't care about, like, it's not that serious to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of like more of a realist as far as just a person in general.
Can we talk about the Tory Lanez situation real quick, or no?
Yeah, let's go.
If you want to.
Well, Dave, since you said you listened to Meg Thee Stallion, how do you feel about the Tory Lanez situation?
When it happened, take us from it when it happened.
So here's the thing, to be honest, I don't know much about that story outside of like general details. I know that they were all like, it was her, him, and Kylie Jenner and Kylie Jenner's friend.
Bodyguard.
They were in a
The
car.
bodyguard.
Some kind of argument happened. A gun went off. She was shot. Cops came. That's it. Like, it's so foggy and it's not enough details. So I never knew what happened, to be honest with you. But what I do know happened is that she got shot, clearly. I just don't know why that happened, when it happened, and who did it. If it was purposely, if it was on accident, I have no idea. But like I said, I've never been a Tory Lanez fan to begin with. So even if he did get canceled, that wasn't going to hurt me because he's not on any of my playlists, like any, ever.
Let me throw some tidbits out there from what just to give you more.
Alone at Prom is fire. Anyway, sorry.
Come on, I love Tory Lanez is fire to me. Period. By the way, FYI for me. But so when that situation happened, Meg Thee Stallion had her best friend in the car.
Okay.
They unfollowed each other. Right? Like, these are red flags. So you unfollowed each other, whatever, like stuff like that's going on. They're making diss records to each other. The girl best friend. Mm-hmm. This already gives me different context that it made me feel like, I don't know, Tory did it then. Because it's like, for me, like, all right, at the end of the day, if my best friend got shot, me personally, if my best friend got shot, even if we're maybe not, like, if my best friend got shot, I'm going to bat for my best friend. Period. I'm going to be, this happened, da, 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 da. They unfollowed each other. They made diss records to each other. Like, that's a red flag to me, right? To me, that's a red flag to me because what would have happened or could have happened to where your best friend is not even your best friend anymore?
I don't know.
Oh, I think allegedly,
mm-hmm.
they said that Tory and Meg had a situationship type thing going on. You said what? Say what now?
I was saying they were dealing with each other.
Yeah. Dealing with each other. Yeah, in the most simplest of form. That's the simplest way you could put it. Yeah. So they were dealing with each other.
They go together.
Yeah. I was about to throw something out there, but I had to stop myself. But yeah, that's what they was doing. And then her so-called best friend was trying to get at him as well because she said that she was done with that blase, but obviously she wasn't. And then basically they got an argument behind Tory. Yep. But then Tory was at the party or whatever flirting with other women.
Yep.
Allegedly. So
and Meg is a drunk. Meg has a big problem with drinking a lot. Mm-hmm. I've seen a lot of tabloid stuff posted about her, like, always getting overly drunk. And we know some drunks are either like, I love you. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's right.
It's anytime liquor's involved and then the police are called, a lot of stories can get taken any which way. And I will make this disclaimer. I do support any woman that does come out and says they have been harmed in any form or fashion.
Definitely.
Just that right now, it's just a lot of stuff is cloudy with that case specifically that, waiting for all the facts to come out in the courtroom. But at the end of the day, the facts is going to speak for himself in the courtroom. That's what I'm going based off of right now. Now, if he did what he did, then he need to, he need to serve time.
Now, who does need to be canceled? What's very clear? Trey Songz. Over the years, there has been story after story after story after story about him being sexually intimidating. We'll call it that.
How is one sexually intimidating? How does that work?
Trying to force someone to have sex with you. I mean, in so many words. One girl flat out called him a rapist. And Keke Palmer came out.
Yeah, the girl that played for the Las Vegas basketball team.
Keke Palmer came out like 2 or 3 years ago talking about the things that he did, and people were getting on to her and trashing her. But then when this new girl came out and said something, now all eyes are on him. So
apparently he's dealing with a whole legal issue. Like he has like legal cases dealing with
sexual assault.
Yeah, multiple cases he's had apparently within the last 3 to 4 years, but
So no one's going with Trigger. He's going behind bars.
Which one,
yeah. Like he would be, so for him, like, yeah, I like his music, but he would be somebody that I could easily not listen to. Even though I love R&B, I could let him go.
See, that's crazy, like, because R. Kelly and Trey Songz kind of like in that shadow of R. Kelly as far as music, you know what I mean? Like both of those guys, that's crazy. Like just me, I'm processing what y'all talking about. Wow.
And I think that goes into a whole other conversation about status and feeling like you have power and control over somebody. Like that's a whole other conversation. But
it's also one of those things too when we discuss cancel culture. It's like, when it comes to entertainers or anybody that somebody may idolize, people tend to stop looking at people as if they are human. You know what I'm saying? They start to become a thing, or you know what I'm saying, like an entity that you see, but you're not looking at this person anymore as human.
True.
You're looking at them as an object.
And I think to a certain extent, those people start to see themselves as that. They start to think that they start to think that they're above the law and they're above correction. True. In my opinion, I think that I don't agree with cancel culture completely because I do think that people can grow. Right. And when you cancel people, you lose out on having an ally and you lose out on a teachable moment. And those people who are too cocky and they like to double down on their ignorance, they can be canceled. Some people are willfully ignorant. You can go to them and say, hey, what you said was incorrect and it's distasteful. And they're like, I don't care. That's how I feel. That's how I was raised. And then you're just like, all right, well, okay. Why are you making a lot of faces?
Most of the time when it comes to them celebrities, they usually are doubling down on what they believe in. A lot of people will go by the notion or live by the mantra that I'm going to keep doing what got me here. I'm not switching nothing. I'm not changing my mindset. I'm not apologizing. If I did what I did that got me here, I'm not changing. Even though we lose money. We do. Yeah, we know that. We know that. Even though we do know you need to evolve with the times, otherwise you will be left behind. Right. A lot of people are stuck with the same thing. Like, for instance, when we talk about certain rappers rapping about a specific type of lifestyle that they may be living or they used to live, and they're like, well, I'm going to keep rapping about this. This was bringing in the dollars, regardless of me evolving and starting to transition to other types of music. If I know this is going to give me the numbers that I need and this is going to bring me in my cash, my money on a regular basis, oh, yeah, I'm going to run it in the ground.
That's true.
That's why I need to stop supporting Boosie. Maybe he'll shut up. So I think that we should hold each other accountable as people, especially as Black people. We got, honestly. It's okay to learn. It's okay to mess up, but also be willing to learn and grow from that. So thank you, Darius, for joining us. I'm going to make sure to have all of his social medias in the description below. Let us know do you agree with cancel culture and who have you personally canceled? In the celebrity world. Join us every Friday.
And always remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
All right.